Greetings, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Hope you're all well wherever you are, and thank you for joining us on this Thursday in our continuous series of self-development, growth, transpersonal development, um, uh, redefining what it means to be human, overcoming barriers, overcoming emotional um, limitations. So we are now, certainly in the UK, finding that we are in an interesting space where now freely breathing is restricted in certain areas, and yet in other areas it's not. So compulsory masks have become the way the government intends to enforce safety for our own sake. So I want to ask a few questions just in terms of what's going on. Critical thinking is important. So we're not necessarily saying yay or nay, but we're asking a few questions. And the first question we would ask is, how effective are mouth coverings? So evolution has developed us into a really sophisticated immunosystem, and it has really developed as well. And we have developed to the point that we have survived as a race, as humanity. We have survived for hundreds of thousands of years. And if we've survived, what makes this virus, this pandemic, so critical for us? The world has had bubonic plagues, it's had a whole range of illnesses which are naturally occurring, and then there are the artificial ones which are bioengineered. So the first question is, what makes your immune system weak now that what it could defend for all your life, it can't defend now? So that's the first question. Second question, why isn't anyone out there talking about how to improve immunity by reducing fear, panic, anxiety? Because fear, panic, anxiety, self concern, this constant threat that you are under threat, you are going to die, you are under threat. You have two choices. You have a choice of simply obeying the compulsion, eroding your freedoms as you go along. Perhaps you will survive, perhaps you won't, but you will die one day anyway. So you can't run away from death. The second option is we accept death is an intimate part of being alive. It's what makes being alive valuable. It's what makes our relationship valuable, knowing that they may not be there. What makes this beautiful earth that you are on, no matter where you are, that is constantly singing, that is constantly in harmony. All of this disappears in a flick. So the question arises that should I be living in fear, trying to keep myself alive by covering my mouth, by going through all these other uh, con- uh, constraints to one's freedom? Shall I be doing this in order to preserve my life? Or shall I accept that that is inevitable? My immunity itself is strong enough and the first line of defense to anything. Whether you cut yourself, whether you are exposed to a pathogen, doesn't matter. Our immunity is the first line of contact. So why not invest time, especially now, before the dark nights come upon us and we are weakened anyway because the sunlight isn't there? So it's important to get some sun. It's important to get vitamin C. It's important to get vitamin D with K. It's important to ensure that your body has the resources. The body has the resources to build itself. And make sure that with your mental mindfulness, with being present, exercising that every single day, you will ensure that even in the chaos, when everyone is losing their heads, when things are going insane and things are not making sense, how can I wear a mask when I'm buying a coffee, but I don't have to wear one if I go into a pub? Doesn't make sense, does it? Now, if we are to believe, and I would say beliefs are the blindfold of the innocent and blindfold of the stupid. Belief is what blinds you from what is reality. When we give our authority to another, we believe what they are saying. And as a result, we do and comply. Others never have your interest at heart, per se. Do you think any of these politicians is going to save you instead of their own skin? No, my friend. The time is now about critical thinking, ensuring what is it that ensures human dignity. Walking around with your faces covered. Is that what it means to be human? Is that what it means to know one another? Is that how you're going to remember your life? Children that are born now may think that covering your mouth is the same as wearing your undergarments. It's a necessary way of being. So we have to ask ourselves the question, always with the evidence in front of us and critical thinking, not the bullshit that we are fed through the media. Disengage. That cannot be trusted. There's no two ways about it. You couldn't trust them with Jimmy Savile. You couldn't trust them with all the stuff that's coming out now. So you can't trust them anymore. So do not trust your media. That has to be a starting ground, that you have your own ability to think. You have the internet, you are able to research, find out, research. And if you don't know, go with your intuition. So we have been working on fear, and the initial fear, anxiety was to do with the whole, scam thing, pandemic thing, or panicdemic as we identified it then. Now it's to do with the threat, the ongoing threat. A while back, I mentioned that these are the hallmarks of being tortured. The hallmarks of being tortured, as you will find with Amnesty International reports, include isolation, include lack of social support, include the removal of privileges. Now, all of a sudden, not wear a mask is a privilege. To breathe freely is a privilege. To hug someone that you love is a privilege. And your privilege is taken away in front of your very eyes. And you are powerless, absolutely powerless to do anything about it. Or you think you're powerless. So this is where belief becomes our blindfolds. So when we believe something, it simply means that we trust the other to know what we don't know. So you believe, okay, let me give you another example. So I can believe that I am surrounded by, I don't know, say Santa Claus or snow or um, a big palm tree. Whatever I believe doesn't make it a fact. So beliefs are really doubts that you hope to be true. So all belief, whether you believe in a God, whether you believe in science, whether you believe your politicians, all that, all your beliefs, including what you believe about yourself, all of these beliefs are in fact blind. Belief is blind. meaning you have no understanding of truth because you've handed over that to another. And those that you believe always use that against you. The religions have done it very successfully. No religion is exempt. All religions have used belief as a way of conning people, scaring people. Belief, knowledge, belief, experience are three different states of being. When you burn your hand, it is experience. No matter what you have learned about what it means to burn your hand, if you have not experienced the burning, it is simply knowledge. And you can have a PhD in your knowledge, but that doesn't mean you know what burning is. Or the same you can say about swimming. You can write about water, you can do everything that you want to write about swimming. But if you don't know what it means to be in the water, you are not really qualified. So belief is that. Belief is trusting those that only have knowledge, that only have knowledge. They don't have the experience. And they use their authority, they use their persona, they use the way they dress. Why do priests have those hats? Why does the queen, the king, royalty, people who present themselves as authority have to dress in a particular way? Why? Because it communicates a message. It communicates a message. So, coming to, we are in a situation which we've been saying to you is in constant change, and the changes are ramping up now. So as these changes begin to happen sooner and sooner, as you begin to realize that there is something else that seems to be going on concurrently behind it or whatever, however you conclude what is going on, we need to ensure that we maintain our sovereignty and our health and our well-being and navigate through. This is the most important thing, to navigate yourself through this process. And in order to navigate ourselves, there are certain things that we can do, but navigation doesn't necessarily mean navigate through what's going on. Navigation also means to navigate the terrain of our inner being. And last week, as we've done before, we started introducing the value of the heart, how the heart is such an important part. While we all concentrate on the mind, division, belief, knowledge, all this resides in the mind, but the heart knows. So, in our meditation practices, our experiential practices, what we are now starting to move into is this heart space. And it's quite a deliberate attempt to do that. And we do this by first becoming present as normal. Then we go into some kind of rhythmic breathing. And then we bring ourselves to our heart. And through that, we generate a particular emotion. Because your heart is an electromagnetic generator, so it generates this field, right? It can be measured, so it generates this field. Some people call it the Buddha field in certain individuals. Some people call it auras. Auras are slightly different, but this is something that emanates from the heart itself. There are muscles and the way the heart beats, which is why you can put a pacemaker in, because it's a signal. It's an electrical signal. So your heart has an electromagnetism as a component of it. So through these exercises, we begin to expand and strengthen this electromagnetic space. Now, this protects us in many, many ways. It improves our immunity. It protects us in terms of what's going on around you. It allows you to cultivate a sense of calm. It reduces stress, anxiety. It can help with depression. It's a really powerful methodology. But it's important to go to the root of mindfulness towards that. The other thing about the heart is that the heart is multidimensional, which means there are many different aspects to it. So emotions an aspect, love's an aspect to it, anger's an aspect to it, feeling withdrawn is an aspect to it, feeling expanding is an aspect to it. And one could even argue, and perhaps in time this may be argued, that the heart is the seat of your center. The heart is where you emanate from. So when someone speaks to you or you're referring yourself to yourself, you tend to point yourself towards the chest, towards the heart. So the heart is an element of you which is essential, which is where you are going to discover not just healing and health and immunity, but you're going to discover something um, that allows you to experience your own source and divinity. And I use that word with caution, divinity. We've lost what it means to for the sacred, for the divine. We've lost that in our everyday world because it had become so mundane, so automated. Now we are waking up to this divinity. And the only way I will ask you to recognize this divinity, meaning that which is greater than you and deserves respect, and the respect is earned. That's what I mean with this divinity, where your ego falls apart, where your ego, you realize you're actually quite insignificant. But yet you are also significant. We'll look at that. So when we realize the unfolding moment of the present, the unfolding present moment, the constant change, the renewal of that which needs renewing, and the dissolving of that which needs to be let go. This is the process. This is the process. And the more you see this, the more you embed yourself in this, the more you begin to recognize that actually when that little veil is lifted, that veil that has separated you from existence, you from yourself actually, when it is lifted, it is in fact like an experience that is beyond description. Bhagat Kabir ji says, Gunge ki mathai. It's like the mute trying to tell you what it means to eat something sweet. So this process that we are sharing with you is an extremely powerful and a profound way of ensuring that you remain healthy, well, sovereign in what we are going through, but more importantly, you begin to dig through what you need to find, and you will find that the essence of you has never been anything else but these three elements. Something that will never change, never changed, and never will change. Something that is conscious, so you know it's there, or the fact that you are there, you know what you are, so to speak. Sat, Chit, and None. And the third one is this non duality joy, where you begin to recognize everything as nothing more than a pulse of start, middle, end, start, middle, end, start, middle, end. This is the song of the universe. It's a pulse. It's a pulse, and this pulse takes place in 172. And so this pulse is an emanation. And if we listen with a sense of not expectation, but listening within ourselves, we will discover that we too are a pulse. So the pulse that we're going to use today to generate that feeling is the mantra Har. Okay? So I'd like you to just say this Har, 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 Har. So notice that it comes from the heart area. Har, 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 Har. So you can speed it up, slow it down. What we're going to do is we're going to do what we did with Soham. So we're going to break it down into four parts. So the first part is we will go with Har, 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 Har. And we simply listen to it as we can hear it ourselves. The second part is when we just whisper it to ourselves. So we can hear it, but those around us can't, right? That's the second stage. And then we're going to take the heart into our mental space. So we are now doing, so we're reciting heart within ourselves. And then through the sound of the bell, we are going to move this space here where the heart is going on. And I will try and help you through that. And we are focused on the chest area. So let's just go through it and let's see where we end up, right? So I haven't shared this meditation before, or certainly haven't done it for another few years. But it was on my old website, Simran.com. It's a very powerful meditation, and it's a meditation that can really induce a lot of healing and also energy. So shake your body a little bit, make sure your shoulders are loose, and head, neck, and back are aligned and upright, like you're being pulled by the top of your hair. And then just pull your shoulders back. Okay. So now notice that you are sitting in a nice, comfortable posture. And if you're not, just move and just sort yourself to your body. So now you begin to sense your whole body as best as you can. Notice your posture, no judgment. Notice where your mind is at the moment or has been. Going back to your body, see if there's anything dominant in your body. How does your body feel? Does it feel heavy? Does it feel tired? Does it feel? Does it have an ache? Does it have an itch? Just see what's going on with the body with a compassionate eye. And when you locate any sensation or anything, just identify. No judgment, just identify. Now, as you breathe in, your intention is very simple: to become present as best as you can. So you're going to do this by focusing your awareness on sensations first. So bring your focus to the whatever you're sitting and notice that where the body makes contact with the chair or the floor, you can feel sensations within your body. Notice the sensations within your body. How your body, how your whole being is embedded. It's held down by gravity, holds your body in place. And everything around you holds your three-dimensional body in that location. You can't be anywhere else. Again, just going to your body. From those sensations, move your focus upwards towards your hips. From your hips, allow this awareness to move down your thighs towards your knees. From your knees, move this focus down towards your ankles. From your ankles, becoming aware of your feet. And from your feet, moving to the bottom, the soles of your feet, as best as you can. Come back to the chair or the floor, wherever you're sitting. Notice how well you are held in place. Allow your body to relax a little bit, soften a bit. And as you breathe in, bring your focus to your lower back. Really notice what sensations are there at this moment. Next breath in to your middle back. Next breath in to your shoulder blades. Moving down towards your elbows. From your elbows to your wrists. Becoming aware of the palms of your hands. Becoming aware of the fingers on your hands. Gently bringing this focus towards your eyes. Notice how lightly your eyes are shut. Allow this part of the body to relax and soften. Notice the darkness, that even though your eyes are closed, you still have awareness of darkness. For you are the observer. You are observing the darkness. Move your focus down towards your mouth. Notice your tongue. Allow it to soften. Notice the sensations within your mouth. Allow your face to relax. And as you breathe in, once again coming back to your body, just notice how it feels now. Now that you've taken a little bit of care and attention to give every part of your body a little bit of your time. Notice how it feels now. Bring your focus towards your chest. How do you feel in this present moment? Dukhi or sukhi? Suffering or non-suffering? Are you concerned? Are you worried? Are you fearful? Are you anxious? Are you angry? Are you resentful? Do you feel guilty? Unpleasant, suffering? Or do you feel peaceful, calm, tranquil, settled, comfortable? It's a pleasant space right now. Notice how you feel within yourself, not the story you're telling yourself. On your next breath out, open your awareness, begin to listen to all the sounds around you. And just follow the sound of this bell as far as you can. Notice the sense of peace, calmness within you. Notice the silence, notice the stillness. If it's there, now gently bring your focus just beneath your nose and begin to watch your breath. Allow it to breathe by itself. Allow the breath to breathe by itself. Hold your focus with your breath. Whenever you find your focus has drifted, distracted by my voice or a thought, notice the distraction, come back to your breath. Stay with your breath. Now, as you breathe in, just begin to increase the in breath a little bit at a time. A little bit more and a little bit more. Drawing a deeper breath now right into your stomach and relax. We're going to begin the recitation of the sound Har. And all you need to do is simply recite this and follow the instructions as best as you can. The sound is Har, Har. So when you're ready, Har, 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 Har. Listen to it. Har, 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 Har. Keep going. Har, 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 Har. Now begin to slow it down. Har, 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 Har. So it's now a whisper. Now go slowly to your breath. And as you breathe in, say Har to yourself. As you breathe out, say Har. Allowing your breath to naturally begin to slow down. Saying the sound Har within yourself as the breath comes in, saying the sound Har as the breath goes out. Now slowly begin to reduce the volume of the word Har within yourself with every breath out. Take your time. With every breath out, allowing the sound of the Har to reduce its volume within yourself. until it becomes just a little pulse within yourself. Slowly bringing your focus towards your chest, still listening to the heart within yourself. The heart is no longer synchronized with your breath. You are mentally repeating it very, 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 very slowly. Hardly a sound, but you can hear yourself. Your focus is near your chest. Stay with your meditation, stay with your mantra. Listen, listening innately, attentively. Stay with your heart, stay with your mantra, hold your focus as best as you can at your chest. If you feel like placing your palm on your chest, feel free. Allow yourself to go even deeper by following the sound deep into the silence of your heart. Stay in the silence. Allow yourself to dissolve in this infinite moment of now. Attentively listening. Focus at your heart, yet expanded. This is your home. This is beyond future, beyond past, timeless, without hate, without fear, sovereign. The silence that you share with everyone is the silence of existence itself, pregnant with infinite possibilities. Gently bring your focus back to your body, becoming aware of your body as best as you can. Notice you're still sitting in the same place. There are sensations in your body where it makes contact with where you're sitting. You can sense your thighs all the way down to your legs and your feet. Your back is straight, your shoulders are relaxed, your arms and hands are comfortable. Your eyes are still closed and your mouth is still closed. And your breath is breathing by itself. Just bring your focus to your breath. Give yourself a smile as a sense of appreciation for having this time taken out to look after yourself and to share it with our common unity, our community, common unity. That's what makes us one, our common unity. And our common unity is our space of safety, peace, security, silence, stillness, and sovereignty. When you hear the next bell, draw a few deep breaths in, and in your own good time, opening your eyes. Take your time. Wait for the bell to finish. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day. Know you are blessed. Know you are divine. Know that you yourself hold the key to yourself. Look after yourself. Speak to you soon. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Nearly forgot.